Vadamarhasi. Yeah. So sixth verse, chapter 17, Canto 1. Estvam Krishne Gate Dutam Duram Sahagani Vadhanmana Shochos Shochosya Shochan Rahasi Praharan Vadhamarhasi. Yeah, on account of from you wrote Krishna, Lord Krishna, Gate, having gone away, Dutam, out of sight, Saha, along with Gandiva, the bow named Gandiva, Dharmana, the carrier, Arjuna, Shochaha, culprit, Asi, you are considered, Ashochan, innocent, Rahasi in a secret place, Praharan, beating, Vadhan, to be killed, Arhasi, deserve. So you wrote, do you dare beat an innocent cow? Because Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the carrier of Gandiva bow, are out of sight. Since you are beating the innocent in a secluded place, you are considered to be a culprit and therefore deserve to be killed. So don't think that just because Krishna and Arjuna have gone, there is nobody to punish you. You are going to be punished. Now they were there, they're out of sight now. They were there, then you could not do anything. You could not dare to beat any innocent person. But now just because they are not there, how did you dare to do this? So you are deserved to be killed. That means I will kill you. That is what Parikshit Maharaj says. Okay, Anisha Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Yasatvam Krishne Gate Duram Sahagandi Dhanvana Shocho Ashocho Shochana Rahasi Praharan Vadam Arhasi. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You rogue, do you dare beat an innocent cow because Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the carrier of the Gandiva bow, are out of sight? Since you are beating the innocent in a secluded place, you are considered a culprit and therefore deserve to be killed. Purport. In a civilization where God is conspicuously banished and there is no devotee warrior like Arjuna, the associates of the age of Kali take advantage of this lawless kingdom and arrange to kill innocent animals like the cow in these secluded slaughterhouses. Such murderers of animals stand to be condemned to death by the order of a pious king like Maharaja Parikshit. For a pious king, the culprit who kills an animal in a secluded place is punishable by the death penalty, exactly like a murderer who seeks an innocent child who kills an innocent child in a secluded place. Hare.
वा मृणालधवलः पादैर्न्यूनः पदाचरन् वृषरूपेण किं कश्चिदेवो न परिखेदयन् त्वं वा either मृणालधवलः, as white as a lotus, Adi of 3 legs, Yuna being deprived, Pada on 1 leg, Charan moving, Vrisha bull, Rupena in the form of him, whether Kashchit someone, Deva, demigod, Na as Parikhedayan, causing grief. Thus he, Parikshit Maharaj, asked the bull, oh, who are you? Are you a bull as white as a lotus, as white as a white lotus, or are you a demigod? You have lost 3 legs and are moving on only one. Are you some demigod causing us grief in the form of a bull? So, who are you? So, in this way, are you some demigod causing us grief in the form of a bull? You are moving on one leg. Okay. So here the question arises to Parishit Maharaj. Who is this bull? Hmm? And it's so white, white as a white lotus, and bright also, bright white. So thinking, who is this? Is it demigod? Is personification of dharma only, na? That is why this question has come. A personification of dharma. You are moving on one leg. So who has caused you grief? That's the question. Okay, Vimla, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. त्वम्बा मृणालधवलः पादेर्न्यूनः पदाचरन् वृषरूपेण किं कश्चित् देवो न परिखेदयन्. Translation. Then he, Maharaj Parikshit, asked the bull, "Oh, who are you? Are you a bull as white as a white lotus, or are you a demigod? You have lost 3 of your legs and are moving on only one. Are you some demigod causing us grief in the form of a bull?" Purport. At least up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, no one could imagine the wretched conditions of the cow and the bull. Maharaj Parikshit therefore was astonished to see such a horrible scene. He inquired whether the bull was not a demigod, assuming such a wretched condition to indicate the future of the cow and the bull. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. यजातु कौरवेन्द्राणां दोर्दण्डपरिरम्भिते भूतलेऽनुपपत् भूतलेऽनुपतन्त्यस्मिन् विना ते पाणिनां शुचः. Okay. We are stuck to each other this page. Yeah. No, not Jatu at any time. Kaurava Indrana, the king of Kuru dynasty, Dordanda, strength of the arms, Parirambite, protected by Bhutale, on surface of the earth, Anupatanti, grieving, Asmin up till now, Vina, save and except, Teyu, Pranina, of the living beings, Shuchaha, tears in the eyes. Now, for the first time in a kingdom, well protected by the arms of the kings of Kuru dynasty, I see you grieving with tears in your eyes. Up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence. So that is our history. In Kuru, nobody, in Kuru dynasty, in the Kuru rule, in the whole earthly planet, till now, nobody cried out of our negligence. They may have different troubles, but we have never neglected anyone. Now here, Dharma itself is crying. The bull is crying. The bull is personification of Dharma. That means Adharma has prevailed. So if you see Adharma prevailing means it should be because of royal negligence. But till now it never happened. How is it that now it is happening? Because we have been protected by our past kings. Kings of the Kuru dynasty, they have protected the whole kingdom. Now I'm seeing tears in your eyes. The cow and the bull cries, you should understand there's something wrong. You're not happy. Cows and the bulls should always be happy. Cow is a personification of earth, and bull is a personification of dharma. If they are kept happy, then the whole kingdom, we can say the city or the village, whatever, the family, that will prosper. That is why serving cows is one of the most important culture in our Vedic times. And when you eat, you have to feed 5 people. Is Panchasanskaras, we have to do 5 people. Like the demigods, the living entities, the demigod. That's why that's kept no, outside. Why you keep surrounding you keep the living beings, the forefathers, the demigods, Atithi, mother cow. Aditi means you should call someone and feed them. One who comes without intimation is Atithi. So you should always cook in such a way that you always invite someone and give. That is the way of cooking. Okay, or if someone comes, you should always have something ample to feed them. Okay, Kamalakshmi Mataji, Kamalakshmi Mataji, wait.
Sorry, Mataji, I late join. Which verse, Mataji?
So 8-1. 8.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणां दोर्दण्डपैरम्बिते ऊर्ताल अनुपतन्ति अस्मिन् विनते प्रणिनाम Hare Krishna. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Now, for the first time in a kingdom, when protected by the arms of the kings of the Guru dynasty, I see you grieving with tears in your eyes. Up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence. Purport. The protection of the lives of both the human beings and the animals is the first and foremost duty of government. A government must not discriminate in such principles. It is simply horrible for a pure-hearted soul to see organized animal killing by the state in this age of Kali. Maharaja Parikshit was lamenting for the tears in the eyes of the bull, and he was astonished to see such an unprecedented thing in his good kingdom. Men and animals were equally protected as far as life was concerned. That is the way in God's kingdom. Hare Krishna Mataji.
मा सौरवे यात्र शुचो वेतु ते वृषलाद्भयम् मा रोधिरम्बभद्रम् ते खलानां मयि शास्तरी मा do not, O son of Surabhi, Sauraveya, Atra in my kingdom, Surah lamentation, Vetu let there be, te your Vrishalat by the Shudra, Bhayam, cause of fear, Ma do not, Rodihi, cry, Amba, Mother cow, Bhadram, all good, say unto you, Salana of the envious, my while I am grieving, Shastari, the ruler or subduer. O son of Surabhi, you need not lament. You need lament. You need lament no longer now. There is no need to fear this low class Shudra. And O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and subduer of all envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. So do not cry. That is what is said. As long as I am there, I will protect you. There is no need to fear this low class Shudra. So here Parikshit Maharaj is the ruler. Is coming in the Kuru dynasty only. And then he says, I'm the subduer of all the envious men. So you don't have to grieve. There's no need for you to cry. So that is how one should protect the cows. In between, some Menka Gandhi thing had come. She was putting allegations on ISKCON that we are not protecting the cows. So somebody told us, actually, you should not have Goshala. Then my Guru Maharaj said, where are we going to keep the cows? On the streets? Just because somebody has told something wrong? I was seeing my Guru Maharaj, so nice. He was supporting me because I said, no, we will not keep the cows outside, we will be having. No, this Menka Gandhi is issuing. I said, let them issue whatever they want to do. We will be protecting our cows. So this is very important. How to protect the cows. The cows are protected, everything is so wonderful. Okay. Gadadhar Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna, Dandavata Mataji. Ma saurabhyatra sucho vetu te vrisala vayam Marodir ambabadram te kalanamayi sastari. Translation and Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O son of Surabhi, you need lament no longer now. There is no need to fear this cow. Sorry, no need to fear this low class Sudra. And O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and the subduer of all envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. Purport. Protection of bulls and cows and all other animals can be possible only when there is a state ruled by an executive head like Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit addresses the cow as mother, for he is cultured, twice born Kshatriya king. Surabhi is the name of the cows which exist in the spiritual planets and are especially reared by the Lord Sri Krishna himself. As men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord, so also cows are made after the form of features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there is no law to protect the descendants of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food, milk. But Maharaj Parikshit and Pandavas were fully conscious of the importance of the cow and bull, and they were prepared to punish the cow killer with all chastisement, including death. There has sometimes been agitation for the protection of the cow, but for want of pious executive heads and suitable laws, the cow and the bull are not given protection. The human society should recognize the importance of the cow and the bull and thus give all protection to these important animals, following the footsteps of Maharaja Parikshit for protecting the cows and Brahminical culture. The Lord, who is very kind to cow and the Brahmanas, Go Brahmana Hitaya, will be pleased with us and will bestow upon us the real peace. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
यस्य राष्ट्रे प्रजा सर्वाः त्रस्यन्ते साध्व्या साधुभिः तस्य मत्तस्य नश्यन्ति कीर्तिरायुर्भो गतिः एष राज्ञां परो धर्मो हार्तानामर्तिनिग्रहः अतैनं वधिष्यामि भूतदुर्हम् असत्तमम्. Okay. So Asya, one whose Rashtre in the state, Praja, living beings, Sarva, one and all, Trasyante are terrified, Sadhvi, the chaste one, Asadhubhi, by miscreants, Tasya, his Matasya, of the illusion, Nashyanti vanishes. Kirti, fame, Ayu, duration of life, Bhagaha, fortune, Gati, good rebirth, Esha, these are Ragyam of the kings, Paraha, superior, Dharma, occupation, he is certainly, Arthanam of the sufferings, Arti, sufferings, Nigraha, subduing, Ataha, therefore, Enam, this man, Parishyami, I shall kill, Bhita, Dhuharam, Druham, revolter against other living beings, Asat, Tamam, the most wretched. O chaste one, the king's good name, duration of life, and good rebirth vanish when all kinds of living beings are terrified by the miscreants in his kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the sufferings of those who suffer. Therefore, I must kill the most wretched man, because he is violent against other living beings. Previous verse Krishna says, Go Brahmanitaya cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo. This is what we say. We chant the praise, Namo Brahman Devaya. Go Brahmanitaya cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Krishna is one who is protecting everyone. Krishna sends his messengers also to protect the living beings, especially the cow, everyone. Because Kepashit Maharaj clearly says, one who has taken shelter of the king. King is responsible to give protection. The leader is responsible to give protection. Spiritual leaders are responsible to give protection. Now, the spiritual leader is also in danger. What to do? In Bangladesh, just see the spiritual leader himself is in danger. It is necessary to give protection to the spiritual leaders. It's necessary to give protection to the king because king gives protection to everyone. So in this way, there is very clearly said the duration of the life and the good fortune of the king depends on how wonderful he protects his citizens. That is his work. Kshatriya, Kshatrayatehe Kshatriya. One who protects others from harm. That is a work of a Kshatriya. It is his duty. He has to protect others. And naturally, his fortune, his development is dependent on the work what has been given to him. He is a leader. A leader has to guide the people. So naturally, he has to be protected. He has to perform a lot of pious activities also, and he should be a person who stands on dharma. He should be a devotee, a Raja Rishi. Okay. And Adi Satya ki Mataji, can you read? You can share this with Kusum. 3 paragraphs you read, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and 3 paragraphs Kusum Mataji will read.
Yes. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Yasya Rashtre Praja Sarvastra Swante Sadva Sadhubhihi Tasya Matyasya Nasyanti Kirti Rayur Bhagagatihi Esharagyam Parodharma Yartya Namarti Nigraha Ato Enang Bodhiswami Bhutadraha Masattamam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O chaste one, the king's good name, duration of life and good rebirth vanish when all kinds of living beings are terrified by miscreants in his kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the sufferings of those who suffer. Therefore, I must kill the most wretched man because he is violent against other living beings. Purport: when there is some disturbance caused by wild animals in a village or town, the police or others take action to kill them. Similarly, it is the duty of the government to kill at once all bad social elements, such as thieves, dacoits, and murderers. The same punishment is also due to animal killers because the animals of the state are also the praja. Praja means one who has taken birth in the state. And this includes both men and animals. Any living being who takes birth in a state has the primary right to live under the protection of the king. The jungle animals are also subject to the king, and they also have a right to live. So what to speak of domestic animals like the cows and bulls? Any living being, if he terrifies other living beings, is a most wretched subject, and the king should at once kill such a disturbing element. As the wild animals is killed when it creates disturbances, similarly, any man who unnecessarily kills or terrifies the jungle animals or other animals must be punished at once. By the law of Supreme Lord, all living beings, in whatever shape they may be, are the sons of the Lord, and no one has any right to kill another animal unless it is so ordered by the courts of natural law. The tiger can kill a lower animal for his subsistence, but a man cannot kill an animal for his subsistence.
Somebody
That is,
asked, tiger is also eating. Why human
yeah,
cannot eat? Prabhupada said, jump and eat them.
yes. That is the law of God. who has created the law that a animal being subsists by eating another living being. Thus, the vegetarians are also living by eating other living beings. Therefore, the law is that one should live only by eating specific living beings as obtained by the law of God. The Upanishad directs that one should live by the direction of the Lord and not at one's sweet will. A man can subsist on varieties of grains, fruits, and milk, or grains. It is not deigned, it's a deigned, sorry, milk ordained by God. And there is no need of animal food, save and except in particular cases. The illusioned king or executive head, even though sometimes advertised as a great philosopher and learned scholar, will allow slaughterhouses in the state without knowing that torturing poor animals clears the way to hell for such foolish kings or executive. The executive head must always be alert to the safety of the prajas, both men and animal, and inquire whether a particular living being is harassed at any place by another living being. The harassing living being must at once be caught and put to death, as shown by Maharaja Parikshit. Shall I stop here, Mataji?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. The people's government or government by the people should not allow killing of innocent animals by the sweet will of foolish government men. They must know the codes of God as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Maharaja Parikshit quotes here that according to the codes of God, the irresponsible king or state executive jeopardizes his good name, duration of life, power, and strength, and ultimately his progressive march towards a better life and salvation after death. Such foolish men do not even believe in the existence of a next life. While commenting on this particular verse, we have in our presence the statement of a great modern politician who has recently died and left his will, which discloses his poor fund of knowledge of the codes of God mentioned by Maharaja Parikshit. The politician was so ignorant of the codes of God that he writes, I do not believe in any such ceremonies, and to submit to them, even as a matter of form, would be hypocrisy and an attempt to delude ourselves and others. I have no religious sentiment in the matter. Contrasting these statements of a great politician in the modern age with those of Maharaja Parikshit, we find a vast difference. Maharaja Parikshit was pious according to the scriptural codes, whereas the modern politician goes by his personal belief and sentiments. Any great man of the material world is, after all, a conditioned soul. He is bound by his hands and feet by the rope of material nature, and still the foolish conditioned soul thinks of himself as free to act by his whimsical sentiments. The conclusion is that people in the time of Maharaja Parikshit were happy and the animals were given proper protection because the executive head was not whimsical or ignorant of God's law. Foolish, faithless creatures try to avoid the existence of the Lord and proclaim themselves secular at the cost of valuable human life. The human life is especially meant for knowing the signs of God, but foolish creatures, especially in this age of Kali, instead of knowing God scientifically, make propaganda against religious belief as well as the existence of God, even though they are always bound by the laws of God, by the symptoms of birth, death, old age, and disease. Hare Krishna Masaji, thank you.
को वृक्षत् तव पादां स्त्रीं सौरभेय चतुष्पद मा भुवं त्वादृशा राष्ट्रे राज्ञां कृष्णानुवर्तिना. Who is he? Kaha. Avirchat. Cut off. Tava, your father, who has cut your three legs. Saurabheyaha, O son of Surabhi. Chatupadaha, you are four-legged. Ma, never to be. Bhuvan, it so happened, Vadrisha, as yourself. Rashtre, in the state. Ragyam, of the kings. Krishanuvartinam, those who follow the codes of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. Parikshit Maharaj repeatedly addressed and questioned the fool. O son of Surbi, who has cut off your three legs, in the state of kings who are obedient to the laws of Supreme Personality of God, there is no one as unhappy as you. So this kingdom is protected by Krishna. And here, why it is protected? Because the kings are following the laws of nature. Simple. Whoever follows the laws of nature, they are protected by Lord. Dharma is prevalent. Dharmastu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So wherever dharma is there, Krishna is there. Why is it that nobody is unhappy, but only you are unhappy? So please tell who has cut off your legs. Vimla Mataji, read.
अवश्रुतं तव पादास्त्रिणं सौरभे च पुष्पदम् मा भुवस्त्वाग्रशा राष्ट्रे राज्ञन् कृष्णानुवर्तिनाम्. Translation: He, Maharaj Parikshit, repeatedly addressed and questioned the bull thus, O son of Surbi, who has cut off your three legs? In the state of the kings who are obedient to the laws of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, there is no one as unhappy as you. Purport. The kings or the executive heads of all states must know the codes of Lord Krishna, generally Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and must act accordingly in order to fulfill the mission of human life, which is to make an end to all miseries of material conditions. One who knows the codes of Lord Krishna can achieve this end without any difficulty. In the Bhagavad Gita, in a synopsis, we can understand the codes of Godhead, and in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the same codes are explained further. In a state where the codes of Krishna are followed, no one is unhappy. Where such codes are not followed, the first sign is that the three legs of the representative of religion are cut off, and thereby all miseries follow. When Krishna was personally present, the codes of Krishna were being followed without question. But in his absence, such codes are presented in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam for the guidance of the blind persons who happen to be at the helm of all affairs. Hare Krishna.
So when Krishna was personally present, the codes of Krishna were being followed without question. But in his absence, where it is found? In the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Dhamopagate Dharma Jnana Adibisa Kalau Nashta Dushamesham Puranarko Adunoditaha. That was the question asked. The answer was this. Krishna Sudhamopagate. The sages of Naimisharanya had asked 6 questions. The 6th question was Bruhi Yogeshwari Krishne Brahmanye Dharmavarmani Swam Kashtam Adunopete Dharmakam Saranam Gataha. When Krishna has gone to his abode, Dharmakam Sharanam Gataha. Where did Dharma take shelter of? Puranarko Adunoditaha. Dharma Jnana Adibisa Kalau Nashta Drushamesham Puranarko. Though Kadi has so many drawbacks, it has removed Kalau Drishta Drishamesham. It has removed so many things, but still it has removed Dharma, Jnana. But where will find Dharma and Jnana? That is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Kalau Drishta Drishamesham. Kalau Nashta Drishamesham. Kalau's Kali Yuga is one of the characteristics. It destroys our intelligence. Kalau Nashtaha. Drusham. Esha. Drusham means our vision. it destroys our vision. Which vision? The vision about dharma. So naturally we have to learn where is dharma. Dharma can be found in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Prabhupada carried Srimad Bhagavatam to the West, because adharma is so much prevalent. And he knows just Srimad Bhagavatam is enough to establish dharma. He carried just Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, nothing else. Because in the West, this was so much of prevalent. That is, four regulatory principles were not followed. In fact, adharma was so much. So Prabhupada knows, Prabhupada has strong faith in Bhagavatam. It is said when you chant Bhagavatam every day, even if you don't know at least 2-3 shlokas, you know. Everyone knows Nashtapraya Shabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. You don't know many shlokas, Narayanam Namaskutya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatim Vyasam. Tato Jaya Mudire. This much 2 shlokas a person knows. He can chant that 2 shlokas every day. If you have some enviousness in the heart, just chant Bhagavatam. This enviousness, hatred, anger, they are all symptoms of Kali. Kalau nashta drusham esham. So what you should do? Immediately Purana arko vadunoditaha. Purana arkaha. This Bhagavatam is the 18th Purana. 17 Puranas Vedavyasa has given, which is an explanation, better explanation or simple explanation of the Vedic principles, that is Upanishads. Then afterwards, after writing Puranas, Itihasas, again, he is not so happy. There is a time Vyasa says, you have given everything, but now create a literature, Tadvag Visarga Jantaga Viplava, which will completely bring a drastic change, that is revolution in the hearts of the people. Janatagha Viplava. Agha means sins. Tadvag Visarga. You create a literature which is going to bring revolution in the hearts of the people. Tadvag Visarga Jantaga Viplava Yasmin Pratishlokam Apaddavati Api. Even though it is not properly composed or may not be so rhythmic, but still, Yasmin Pratishlokam. Every shloka is most important. Though it may be not properly composed. Namani Anantasya Yashwankitani. It has, in every word, it has a glorification of Krishna. Shruvanti Gayanti Gudhanti Sadhavaha. Reading that, hearing that, accepting that, the sadhava, the sadhus are very much satisfied. So bring out a literature which is going to give a revolution in the hearts of the people. That is why it is said every day one should chant. There should be a swadhyaya of chanting Bhagavatam. Like I take up the swadhyaya of chanting first and second chapter of Bhagavatam, and then Gopi Geet, which is also part of Bhagavatam. You can take Uddhi Maharani prayers as part of Bhagavatam, Bhishma prayers as part of Bhagavatam. This should be our swadhyaya, at least some section of Bhagavatam, so that the morning hours when you are preparing for the Lord's, you are arranging for the Lord's flowers and all those things. For the puja, you arrange everything for the worship. At the time, you can chant Bhagavatam verses. You don't know anything, at least 2 verses, go on chanting. This is most important. It is said enviousness in the heart automatically goes away. Every one of us have some enviousness or in some way, in some way or the other. Or sometimes you may develop an anger, sometimes hatred, sometimes frustration. The best way to remove it is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam has the power to establish dharma in the hearts of the people. And dharma is based on 4 legs, and 4 principles is truthfulness, purity, austerity, and compassion. So naturally, one has to read Bhagavatam every day. You read Bhagavatam, you recite Bhagavatam, everything is so wonderful. And here by Krishna's mercy, we are doing Bhakti Vaibhav. That is also studying Bhagavatam, isn't it? Opening the pages of Bhagavatam, diving oneself in the most wonderful dharma. Dharma is that. So this is a means actually. Is a means to it's like Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Shastri. They're all just courses, but these courses are making us go deep into Bhagavatam. Akhyai, this is the last verse for today. Akhyai Vrishabhadrambah Sadhuna Makta Gasam आत्मवैरूप्यकर्तारम् पार्थानां कीर्तिदूषणम् आख्याहि वृषभद्रं वा साधुकामकृतागसाम् आत्मवैरूप्यकर्तारम् पार्थानां कीर्तिदूषणम् आख्यायि. Just let me know, Vrisha, O bull, Badram good for you, Sadhunam of the honest, Akruta Agasam of those who are offenseless, Atma Vairupyaha, the formation of the self, Kartaram, the law, Parthanam of the sons of the Pritha, Kirti Dushanam, blackmailing the reputation. O bull, you are offenseless and thoroughly honest. Therefore, I wish all good to you, Bhadram. Please tell me of the perpetrator of these mutilations which blackmail the reputation of the sons of Pritha. So, who is doing all these things? Please let us know. Who is spoiling our reputation? Who is blackmailing our reputation? So, that is what the question is asked. So, Narayana, read. We can do another one verse also. Let us see. Narayana, read.
Mataji, may I read?
Yeah, read.
आख्याहि वृषभद्रं वा साधूनाम् अकृतागशाम् आत्मवैरूप्यकर्तारं पार्थानां कीर्तिदूषणम्. Purport and translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O bull, you are offenseless and thoroughly honest. Therefore, I wish all good to you. Please tell me of the perpetrator of these mutilations which blackmail the reputation of the sons of Pritha. The reputation of the reign of Maharaj Ramachandra and that of the kings who followed in the footsteps of Maharaj Ramachandra, like the Pandavas and their descendants, are never to be forgotten, because in their kingdom offenseless and honest living beings were never in trouble. The bull and the cow are the symbols of the most offenseless living beings, because even the stool and urine of these animals are utilized to benefit human society. The descendants of the sons of Pritha, like Maharaj Parikshit, were afraid of losing their reputations, but in the modern days, the leaders are not even afraid of killing such offenseless animals. Herein lies the difference between the reign of those pious kings and the modern states ruled by irresponsible executive heads without knowledge of the codes of God. Hare Krishna.
You can take next verse also. जनेनाग जन जनेनाथस्यघं युञ्जन् सर्वतोऽस्य च मद्भयं साधूनां भद्रमेव स्यात् असाधुदमने कृते जने to the living beings anagasi, those who are offenseless, agham, sufferings, yunjan, by applying, sarvatah, anywhere and everywhere, asya, of such offenders, cha, and madbhayam, fear me, sadhunam, of the honest persons, bhadram, good fortune, eva, certainly, syat, will take place, asadhu, dishonest, miscreants, damane, curbed, krute, being so. Whoever causes offenseless living beings to suffer must fear me anywhere and everywhere in the world. By curbing dishonest miscreants, one automatically benefits the offenseless. So, one who is causing sufferings to the offenseless living beings, they should fear me. Parishad Maharaj says, because he is personification of Dharma. And he has come as a representative. King is a representative of the king, of Krishna, Raja Rishi. So, must be very afraid by curbing dishonest miscreants. and automatically benefits the offenses. So in this way, Parikshit Maharaj is telling, I will protect you. I will see that the miscreant is killed. Okay? Who will read? Kusum? Okay, Priya is not read.
Mataji will read, Mataji.
Krishna Priya.
Mataji, I will read.
So you read, the next was Krishna Priya Mataji will read. Okay, read.
Thank you, Mataji. Sorry, Krishna Priya Mataji. जनेनागस्य घं युञ्जन् सर्वतोऽस्य च मद्भयम् साधूनां भद्रमेव स्यात् साधु कृते असाधु दमने कृते. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: whoever causes offenseless living beings to suffer must fear me anywhere and everywhere in the world. By curbing dishonest miscreants, one automatically benefits the offenseless. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dishonest miscreants flourish because of cowardly and impotent executive heads of the state. And when the executive heads are strong enough to curb all sorts of dishonest miscreants in any part of the state, certainly they cannot flourish. When the miscreants are punished in an exemplary manner, automatically all good fortune follows. As said before, it is the prime duty of the king or the executive head to give protection in all respects to the peaceful, offenseless citizens of the state. The devotees of the Lord are by nature peaceful and offenseless, and therefore it is the prime duty of the state to arrange to convert everyone to become a devotee of the Lord. Thus, automatically, there will be peaceful, offenseless citizens. Then, the only duty of the king will be to curb the dishonest miscreants that will bring about peace and harmony all over human society. Hare Krishna.
So this is the duty of the king, to bring harmony and peace all over the human society, for which they need to be guided in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because without that, it is impossible for anybody to guide the society. Okay, last verse. Anagha sviha bhuteshu ya agas nirukunshah nirankushah agas nirankushah ahartasmi bhujam saksha अमर्त्यस्यापि सांगदम् अनाघास्विह भूतेषु यागस्कृन्निरङ्कुशः आहर्तस्मि भुजं साक्षात् अमर्तस्यापि सांगदम् अनाघसुः to the offenseless anagas bhuteshu living beings yaha the person agha krut commits offenses nirankushah upstart ahartasmi I shall bring forth bhujam arms sakshat directly amartasyapi even one who is a demigod sa angadam with decorations and armor. An upstart living being who commits offenses by torturing those who are offenses shall be directly uprooted by me, even though he be a denizen of heaven with armor and decorations. So anybody who commits offenses towards offenseless person will be uprooted by me. That is how the king gives a challenge. And this Shudra is hearing. This king is hearing this, who has appeared like a king. The Shudra who has appeared like a king is hearing all these things. He says, oh bull, even though he may be a demigod, any demigod, let them come. I will kill them. Even if they are having the armors and decorations, I will kill them. Okay. So, Krishna Priya Mataji, read
Hare Krishna Dandat Pranam Mataji. Anagasviha bhuteshu yah aga sukrun nirankashaha ahartasmi bhujam sakshat amartyasyapi sanghadam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. An upstart living being who commits offenses by torturing those who are offenseless shall be directly uprooted by me, even though he be a denizen of heaven with armor and decorations. Purport. The denizens of the heavenly kingdom are called Amara, or deathless, due to their possessing long span of life, far greater than that of the human beings. For a human being who has only a maximum 100 years duration of life, a span of life spreading over millions of years is certainly considered to be deathless. For example, from the Bhagavad Gita, who learned that on the Brahmaloka planet, the duration of one day is calculated to be 4,03,000 into 1000 solar years. Similarly, in other heavenly planets, one day is calculated to be 6 months of this planet, and the inhabitants got a life of 10 million of their years. Therefore, in all higher planets, since the span of life is far greater than that of the human being, the denizens are called deathless by imagination, although actually no one within the material universe is deathless. Maharaja Parikshit challenges even such denizens of heaven if they torture the offenseless. This means that the state executive head must be as strong as Maharaja Parikshit, so that he may be determined to punish the stronger offender. He should be the principle of a state executive head, that the offender of the courts of God is always punished. Hare Krishna.
We'll stop here. Any questions?
Mataji, when Krishna was personally present,
We'll do one more verse, 16th, and then complete, because Dharma Vacha starts. Ragyo hi paramo dharma स्वधर्मस्थानुपालनम् शासतोऽन्यान् यथा शास्त्रम् अनापद्युत्पतानिह अनापद्युत्पथान् इह राज्ञो हि परमो धर्मो स्वधर्मस्थानुपालनम् शासतोऽन्यान् यथा शास्त्रम् अनापद्युत्पथान् इह. Ragya of the king or the execution head is certainly Paramaha supreme dharmaha, occupational duty, Swadharma stha, one who is faithful to the prescribed duty, Anupalanam, giving protection always, Shasataha, while ruling, Anyan, others, Yatha, according to Shastram, rulings of scriptures, Anapati, without danger, Utpathan, persons going astray, here as a matter of fact. The supreme duty of the ruling king is to give all protection to law-abiding persons and to chastise those who stray from the ordinances of the scriptures in ordinary times when there is no emergency. So supreme duty of the king is what? To give protection to the law-abiding persons. So those who are following the law, give protection. Those who are not following the law, just punish them, chastise them. From the ordinances of the scriptures in ordinary times when there is no emergency. Yes. So those who are not following the scriptures, just punish them. That is the rule of the king. Now the king only is not following the scriptures, then what to do? In those times, the kings are following the scriptures, they are Rajarishis. And they used to punish those who were not following the scriptures. Now the rulers, it is a duty of the rulers to follow the scriptures. If the ruler itself is not following the scripture, then what to do? Then such type of kingdom will be created. What to do? Such type of pathetic atmosphere will be there. Okay. Narayana, can you read last verse? And the bonus.
I will read, Mataji.
Yeah, read.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, Mataji, you can read, Mataji. Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Ragyo hi paramo dharmaha swadharmasthanupalanam sasatonyan yatha sastran
Shastram.
anapachupataniha
Yatha Shastram.
yatha sastram
Anapradiputta.
anapadhipataniha. Translation. The supreme duty of the ruling king is to give all protection to all abiding person and to chastise those who are stray from the ordinance of the scriptures in ordinary times when there is no emergency. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the scriptures, there is mention of apad dharma or occupational duty at times of extraordinary happenings. It is said that sometimes the great sage Vishwamitra had to live on the flesh of the dog in some extraordinary dangerous position. In cases of emergency, one may be allowed to live on the flesh of animal of all descriptions. But that does not mean that there should be regular slaughterhouse to feed the animal eaters and that this system should be encouraged by the state. No one should try to live on flesh in ordinary times simply for the sake of the uh, palate. If someone does so, the king or the executive head should punish him for gross enjoyment. There are regular scriptural injunctions for different persons engaged in different occupational duties, and one who follows them is called Swadharmastha or faithful in one's prescribed duties. In the Bhagavad Gita 18.48, it is advised that one should not give up these occupational prescribed duties, even if they are not always flawless. Such swadharma might be violated in case of emergency. If one is forced by circumstances but they cannot be violated in ordinary times. The state executive head is to see that such swadharma is not changed by the follower, whatever it may be, and he should give all protection to the follower of swadharma. The violator is subject to punish in terms of the Sastra, and the duty of the king is to see that everyone strictly follows the occupational duty as prescribed in the scriptures. Hare Krishna.
Everybody has to follow the scriptures. Whatever occupational duty has been given to everyone, that has to be abided. Because that is going to give Haritoshanam, Atapam Vedujashishta, Varnashama Vibhagasha, Sanishtitasya Dharmasya, Samsiddhir, Haritoshanam, whatever we have been given the duties in the scriptures that everybody has to follow. That is for the Haritushti. If Hari is Tushta, everything is Tushta. Hari Tushti, Jagat Tushti. If Hari is not Santushta, Jagat is also not Santushta. Okay.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. I have a little foolish question here.
Oh, anything related to Krishna is not foolish.
Well, what is the method? I'm just wondering, what is the method of communication between a man and well, they are Surabhi cows, whether they are denizen of heaven or whether they are just ordinary cows and bulls. I don't know. I just want to know from you.
Now, Dharma Vachan. Dharma is going to speak.
How
The
they are speaking?
personification of Dharma. That is why they are the denizens of heaven. That is why it has been told, are you the denizens of heaven? Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Though they are appearing as bull, they have the potency to speak. Because here, Dharma personified appears as bull. Or bull is the personification of Dharma. Anyhow you can say, like When Madhvacharya, now recently, just 1,000 years before, Madhvacharya asked the bull to speak the whole Vedas. The bull spoke. Because not the Vedas, Dvadasha Stotra. Madhvacharya was explaining Dvadasha Stotra, and the listeners were having the pride that we are all great scholars. They could not answer. Then Madhvacharya says, "Oh bull, you speak." When the bull spoke, Madhvacharya, then these scholars, they were so envious. They gave curse that you are trying to destroy our reputation, so you'll be killed by a snake. So then this bull, Madhvacharya allowed it to be killed by a snake, but at the same time, Madhvacharya again chanted the Dvadasha Stotra and brought it back to life. Because Brahmana's words also to be proved true only. There's a power of the acharyas to make even the bull speak.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much for the
Mataji, one clarification for me. Shloka number 5, translation, last line. It says, but your deeds, you are opposing the principles of twice-born Kshatriyas. Twice-born Brahmanas are there, the initiation. What is this twice-born Kshatriyas?
They are also upper class only, no? Twice born Kshatriya. Kshatrayate Kshatriya. You're supposed to protect the person. But your deeds are like twice born. That means you are just showing that you are a Kshatriya, but in nature you are not a Kshatriya. A Brahmana. He shows that he's a Brahmana, but in real sense, he's not a Brahmana. If he's not reading the scriptures, if he's not following the principles.
Okay.
Okay. Stop here. So Tuesday will be.
When Krishna was personally present, the codes of Krishna were being followed. Right?
Absolutely.
Then what about Duryodhan and Kansa?
Again, that is Leela, no? There should be Dharma and there should be Adharma. No? When Krishna is present, codes of Dharma were followed. That is why Dharma is big. Dharma is established also. Adharma is killed. It's not necessary that everybody has to follow. There should be some people who will not follow. Then Krishna is there to protect the Dharma. And he kills the Dharma. He makes it sure that everybody follows the codes of principle, codes of conduct. Somebody is not following, chastise. You cannot say, I understood what you want to say, that Krishna is present and everybody should be good. Why is it that somebody is so bad?
Yes.
Somebody is so envious.
Yes.
So then how about, then what is the work of Krishna? Why he should come? If everything is nice. Or okay, if he has come, then what he'll do? He'll uproot all the bad people. And that is how he gave the kingdom to Yudhishthir. So that is how everybody were very wonderful. Even to the last Ashwatthama is also chastised. That is where Kunti Maharaj says, no, you're going to leave us and go because everything is wonderful now. He settled everyone. No? He settled everyone, went to the Dwarka. He saw that everything is proper. There is a time Kunti Maharaj says, you give difficulties again and again. That means what? There is Adharma is that you will be coming. You will come. You will come again, establish Dharma. Everything is wonderful, then you will go away. So Krishna comes, he uproots Dharma and establishes Dharma.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. And by reciting Bhagavatam verses, all enviousness, hatred, all that goes up. How by reciting verses?
You know how camphor sublimes? How? Anybody has seen? But sublimes. So there was a story here. One guru told the Shishya, go and bring water. This Shishya collected the water. By the time he came, no water was there. Because the vessel had so many holes. It was a very dirty vessel which was given. by the guru to the guru to the shishya. It was so dirty. And then again he used to bring, it had many holes. And then after some time, the shishya realized, what is this? What am I doing? When I'm bringing, there's no water. I collect the water. By the time I come, all the water goes away. Then he asked Guru, what are you doing? What do you want? You are saying you bring water. What do you really mean by this? He said, now look at the vessel. The vessel is clean. So actually here Guru wanted to say that he wanted to show that this whole vessel which was dirty now became clean by your hard work. It had many holes. You collected the water went away. So Guru wanted to show that by your hard work, this vessel became clean. In the same way, we have so many holes, so many vices with us. Just by reciting Bhagavatam, all these vices will be cleaned and our consciousness will be pure. There are certain things which cannot be seen, like how the camphor sublimes. It cannot be seen, but it happens. How it happens, that is where logics where logics end, bhakti begins. Certain things we cannot do with our logics. How it happens, how it happens. At least when enviousness uproots in me, I chant Bhagavatam. Whenever anger comes, frustration comes, I chant Bhagavatam, because that is what my Shiksha Guru and my Diksha Guru have taught. And that is how every day is Swadhyay, so that no other thoughts come and you just have to chant. There will be so many people who will be envious of you, you will be envious. But all these things can be removed, because ultimately for what reason we have come? And the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Now Prabhupada all alone goes to West. What is the strength which he had? Bhagavatam. His Guru's mercy and Bhagavatam. What is the strength? His own God brothers were envious of him. His own God brothers did not support him. What is that one thing which made him all the way go? That is Bhagavatam. His faith in Bhagavatam. His faith in the words of his Guru. And here Prabhupada is empowered soul.
Mataji, in this Shloka 11, second last paragraph, while commenting on this particular verse, we have in our presence the statement of a great modern politician who has recently died and left his will, which discloses his poor fund of knowledge. Now, here, about which politician is references?
Gandhiji.
Oh,
Gandhiji, on the name of Gita, he was only showing that I read Gita every day. I chant Ram's name.
Mataji, which verse, Mataji, that is?
11th. It was a
11.
show off. Prabhupada wrote to Gandhiji, don't play with the scriptures. Follow the scriptures. Scriptures speak about detachment. You cannot use the scriptures for your political needs, political motives. Scriptures cannot be used for any political motives. Surrender. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti ashitah. Bhajanyam ananya manasso gyatva bhutadimope. Real Mahatma is one who has taken the shelter of Daivi Shakti. Daivim prakriti ashitah. Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani teaches service. The Prabhupada said, perform devotional service. Without devotional service, what is devotion?
Mataji, Prabhupada is referring to Nehru.
Nehru, Gandhi, everyone. Because all people are.
When Nehru was asked about Ganga Mata, then that line which Prabhupada is quoting, I do not believe in such ceremonies to submit to them even as a matter of form. So when he visited Varanasi, he was asked to do Aarti to Ganga. Then he said this line.
Okay. That's right. Thank you.
Nehru.
Thank you.
And here Gandhiji, why? Because Gandhiji, on the name of just scriptures, he used to only No devotion, no devotional service, nothing. And for them, all these things are just rituals. They are not rituals. About Ganga Mata in Chaitanya Bhagavat, so much description Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives. Ganga Mata emanates from the lotus feet of Lord. So much description. Read Chaitanya Bhagavat. You are attending the morning class, Imla Mataji. Attend morning class. So beautiful explanation. I was very surprised. So many 2-3 pages went on just on Ganga. Okay.
Thank you. Very useful.
Okay. We'll have directly class from Nagpur. I'm going to Nagpur. I don't promise on Tuesday I'll take or not, because I'll be reaching on Monday night. Let me
Tuesday should
see.
be break.
Hmm?
Tuesday should ideally be a break.
No break. If Nenu is playing with me, then break will be there. Okay then. Vanchakaptarubhasya Kripasindhudevaccha Patitam Srila Prabhupada ki jai.